Delivering his talk, Make Me a Mixtape, please welcome to the stage Brendan Maclean.
I'm going to start with a letter. I made you a mixtape. I've trawled through my CD collection, and these 10 songs will make you fall in love with me again. I wanted to say everything I feel and let you know the precise words I'm thinking, but I couldn't quite say them myself. The song from the first night we met, and the band that we saw the first time we took acid. Your Fleet Foxes and my Joni Mitchell. It's our story in musical form, but no musicals. I know you hate them. But anyway, I hope you like it. Why did I send that letter? And what did that little jumble of songs mean? What's a mixtape for? How could a song written by someone that you're never going to meet, for someone you will never know, deliver the heart-stopping words that will win someone over, or in my case, try and win someone back? A mixtape has been on its own little journey, from recording from the radio onto a cassette tape, to Facebooking your Spotify playlist called Lover Forever _99, and sending it across to your boyfriend, hoping it'll work out. So quiche. The 90s even saw the music industry try and capitalize on the humble mixtape in the form of compilations. It was the winter, summer, and the always adventurous autumn so fresh pitted up against things like So Fresh Christmas that had the breakaway hit song, The Christmas Macarena. But nothing compares to when someone scribbles down a little letter and sends it to you. I even used to put a little PS in there, letting them know exactly how I wanted them to listen to it. I remember the last one I sent to my ex, I wanted them to listen to it in their pajamas with a glass of Baileys, because I obviously always wanted to date my grandmother. The mark of a good mixtape, though, is originality, which is interesting because I think about 9 out of 10 people that I surveyed on my Twitter survey for mixtapes started theirs with "Never mind, I'll find someone like you," and ended it with "I came in like a rainbow." Super duper original. But beyond the glaringly obvious are the songs that seem to mean everything to you, completely unique to your relationship. It's the songs that catch a single problem. Maybe they just capture a mood in the relationship towards the end of it. Not a great mood. Maybe it's something more like this. Maybe it's like it's a habit that's popped up in the relationship, like left you multiple missed calls until my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? Why do you only call me when you're high? Or maybe it's a song that seems so unique, it's as if the songwriter has been looking over your shoulder and watching your relationship unfold piece by piece. When you phone me, tell me everything I did. I'm sorry you lost me, you better make it quick. 'Cause this call costs a fortune, it's late where you live. This call costs a fortune and it's late where you live. I remember the first time I heard that, I wept and I went silent, which is very rare for me. I don't shut up a lot. You know, Tom Ballard was talking earlier in a comedy stand-up routine he did circa 2012. He talked about how when his heart was broken, he went back over all these love songs and suddenly understood them for the very first time. But when I heard that song, Crowd Surf Off a Cliff, that had that line in it, the opposite happened. It was like the song actually informed the problems I was having in my own relationships, and suddenly that problem was really tangible. And it also made me realize that the problems in my relationships weren't unique. They were so common that they were written on a lyric sheet or maybe on a coaster under Emily Haynes's drink. And so I put that on the mixtape, and I hoped that when my ex got it, he would understand why I put it in there and how sorry I was that I hadn't moved states a lot faster. It does make me wonder who the mixtape is for. Is it more for the sender or the receiver? Who gets more out of it? I'm not going to try and answer that today, but it does raise one little danger. It's the danger that you can't control how it's listened to. You can't control if a plane goes over on a crucial lyric. Maybe it skips on a really important line. I just called to say, no carbs. It could have been anything at all. The point of the song is lost. And 1 out of 10 of your musical arrows has completely missed the mark. But it's not all just tears and romance for compilations. DJs and MCs are the alleged masters of the mixtape. They are controlling the party rooms and the festival crowds. They're seeing if it's going to warm up any further. How deep can they go in this mix? Depending on the general rowdiness of your audience, I can see you're quite a rowdy audience there. You might drop something, ear-splitting like... or if a little more booty shaking is required. But if you really want to be plunged into DJ superstardom, I can't recommend anything higher than our national anthem. It works every time. It works every single time, I swear. Of course, if you're in the hip-hop business, then, or the dance production world, your mixtape is in a way representative of your knowledge of musical history. It's literally a mixed tape. For example, this is Ray Charles playing in the background. Oh, yeah. Which a little more frequently you may know from Sir Kanye West, Gold Digger, which sounds a little more like this. Oh, yeah. Whether or not it's better, it's up to you. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But perhaps the most famous song that uses this technique of mixing something that already existed before to create something original belongs to a local named Wally. Now, his song eclipses the original. You may not have ever heard of it, and I would try to explain it, but thought I'd leave it to him.
Well, hello. It's Wally DeBacker here. I make music under the name Gautier. I found this record in my local op shop in Balnarring, Victoria, called Louis Bonfa Plays Great Songs. But there was one original song on that album which goes by the name of Seville, and that song, Seville by Louis Bonfa, sounds like this. I really like it as a song. But what caught me first was the first bar, the kind of innocuous first bar of nylon string guitar that Louis Bonfa plays in it. That I decided to play around, chopping it into bits and seeing if it could turn into a piece of music that I could turn into something else.
Never heard of it before myself, but it sounds like you did an all right job. But you can see that this whole world of remixes and recreations are all set there to keep making the world of music over and over again. If no one ever wrote a note, one more note, you could trawl through the world and history of music and bend it and make it exciting in your own way and make it original. Now, of course, as a songwriter myself, every little melody that I think of, every thought that I go through becomes the mixtape for my career. It's my job, it's literally my job, to try and write the mixtapes of love and hate that other people may not be able to figure out for themselves. And it's something I tried to do once. A song of mine did okay this year. It was on Buzzfeed, and I was famous for about 4.8 seconds before everyone forgot it. And it's a song about falling in love with a friend. And I wrote it trying to win them over. If you weren't so stupid, I could have loved you. And if you weren't so stupid, but you're pretty stupid, And if you weren't so busy, I could have loved you. But you work in an office, and you've got better offers. Tell me, what is his name now? What is his name? I'm excited to hear the news. Tell me, what is his name now? What does it say about you? But let's not be friends, or else this will never end. Let's not be friends for sure, for sure. Now, that song got a little bit of play, but the main thing I got out of it was hundreds of messages of people saying, hey, that's exactly how I felt. I've felt that so often. I've fallen in love with a friend before and didn't know what to do. And I think that is actually the main idea behind the mixtape. It can be powerful. It can be the wrecking ball when we feel weak. It can say, I love you to someone when our mouth goes dry and our tongue tangles up and we can't say it ourselves. I guess the most exciting part is if you give it to someone, they might actually discover something about you that they couldn't quite put their finger on before. For the record, my song didn't work. I didn't win over the guy, but I'm hoping that one day on the right mixtape, next to Adele and Kanye West and Miley Cyrus, that it might work for someone. So make a mixtape if you can. Do one tonight. Thanks.